guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I fancy doing something a little bit different. I fancy doing the power of makeup video. Now, as we all know, I absolutely love makeup. Makeup is like my most favourite thing ever in the world, apart from chocolate and my bed. I just love the makeup can just literally transform you, can take you from 0 to 100 in like 10 minutes. Now, this isn't saying that everyone needs to wear makeup or they need to wear cover everything. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, I quite happily shuffle down to Starbucks with no makeup on, and that's absolutely fine. And no one needs to cover their face with makeup in order for them to be beautiful. But just what you can do with makeup, you can make someone look completely different. I see loads and loads of whether they're beauty gurus or just girls on Instagram, and you'll see them with full Monday slay makeup, and then you'll see them with no makeup on, and you think wow, it's just such a difference. So that is what I want to do. So I'm gonna put makeup on this side of my face. I say that because I've got some horrible massive spots going on, so I thought I'd rather cover this side because this side's looking not too shabby. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime, so using my Pixi Flawless and Poreless primer. This feels so weird just putting makeup on the one side. I keep wanting to do that. First thing though, I'm going to actually do my eyes, just because if there's any fallout then I don't have to worry about brushing it away. So I'm just going to start just by using a natural shader to act as a base. So next I'm just going to take a transition shade and I'm going to start popping that in the crease then. So I'm just going to do, I think, an everyday brown smoky eye look, I think. Nothing too hella crazy or difficult. This isn't really about it being a tutorial as such. This is just showing you what makeup can do. So I'm just going to go with a slightly deeper transition shade now. So more going into a bronzy colour. And just taking that roughly in the same area, just slightly lower and tighter to that crease line rather than buffing it out too much. What do we think of the background? So we've just taken a couple of the pictures down just because the camera tends to focus on the pictures and the face in the pictures behind rather than actually on me. I'm in the market for a new background. I just don't know what. I'm going to take some of that same shade just underneath the eye then. And then just slightly pulling that outwards then. So it's starting to make that kind of almond cat eye shape. So next I'm going to go in with just a medium neutral brown shade. And gonna just start popping that on the outer corner then. And then just taking the original brush, a little bit of that transition shade, and just blend out those edges. And then taking a little bit of that same brown shade then underneath, and just keeping the main bulk of the product on the outer corner, and then when you've got less on your brush, taking it more inwards. Now just going in with a slightly deeper tone brown, and then literally just doing the same thing then. So taking that on that outer corner, the outer V, and slightly in to that crease then. So you can see already the difference in my eye shape. And then just making sure to keep going and blending. And then again just taking that same brown shade then and running that underneath. So then once you've got your desired level of smokiness, I'm then going to go in with a shimmery shade. So I'm going to go in with just like a gold shimmer. Pop a little bit on that inner corner. And then just pop a little bit right in the centre of the eye as well. And then it's going to take my wet wipe and just clean up a little bit. So I'm going to go in and add my flick now using my eyeliner. So I'm going to go ahead and add some mascara then, just to the top part of the lashes, because obviously I do have to do my foundation and concealer, which I know some people like to leave doing the lower part of their eye until they've got like their base on, but I like to use my concealer as like an extra bit of tidying up, and then I like to go back in then and do any last minute for like the lower lash line. And like last minute touch-ups. Okay, so whilst that's drying, I'm going to start on my base now. So obviously we've already primed, so I'm going to go in with some colour correction. As I have got some spots, so I'm going to use the green shade on here, and that's just going to cover up some of the redness from the spots. And it's going to take the terracotta shade and go a little bit under my eyes. It's very difficult with nails. And then just going in with my foundation. So this is my new fave, as you will know if you've seen some of my other makeup tutorials. I need to remember now not to take as much. Yeah, for me, I think foundation is probably the one thing that I can't live without makeup wise. I feel like I can live without like mascara or bronzer, contour, but I feel like foundation is just the one thing that, I don't know, it just like makes me look more like awake, I think, more alive. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is contour. So I think contouring makes a huge difference to your, like the shape of your face. So obviously, as we can see, I do have quite chubby cheeks. I don't have supermodel cheeks. I haven't got that like chiseled Angelina Jolie face. Mine looks like I've been like hoarding food for the winter in there. So contouring just adds a little bit of definition. So I'm going to start off by using a dark concealer. Do we see the difference? So I'm going to conceal now. So my concealer kind of is almost doing like a highlighting jobby as well. So I'm just going to go in with this brush now and just blend a little bit. So blend the concealer in with my eyeshadow. So not taking any extra product. So this is what I use for like blending. So I'm not taking any extra product, and there's no like dark colours on there, and then you literally just kind of blend that in with the concealer. So before I add any powders, I'm just going to take a little bit of a liquid highlight. A couple of dots of that. gonna tap that out with my finger. And just take that along the temple. So now we're going to start on the powder. So I'm going to go in using a powder contour kit. I'm going to take the contour shade and then just run that where we put our concealer / contour. And then I just run that along like the same areas that I've done using the concealer. I'm just going to take a loose powder and take that underneath our contour, and then take a little bit underneath the eye as well. Take a little bit around the nose. So I tend to put this anywhere that my foundation starts to like move first. So going back to the eyes now, I'm actually gonna do my brows. I'm going to use an eyeshadow to do this, and I'm going to use an eyeshadow which is actually a little bit lighter than my brow colour. Only because if I use something just as dark or slightly darker, it's just going to make my eyebrows look black really. And they're dark enough as it is. I just want to literally add a little bit more like definition and just to fill in any gaps. And if I use a shadow which is slightly lighter, then it gives like a real like natural effect without making my eyebrows look like slugs. So I'm going to take that on a like small angle brush. I'm just going to start at the front then, and I tend just to go underneath in really light strokes, and then when you get to the end, just slightly just start pulling it out ever so slightly. Not by a crazy amount, just a little bit. And then I like to kind of just go along the top. So if you can tell, this one just looks slightly more like defined and polished, but it doesn't look too dark or crazy. Then I'm gonna take the powder highlight that I'm gonna use on the cheekbone, and I'm gonna pop that on my brow bone. And then that's just going to help lift that brow then. Now add some mascara to the lower lashes. There you go. So I can never not put mascara on my lower lashes, because otherwise I feel like it tends to make my eye look smaller. Whereas if I've got mascara on the lower lashes, then it tends to just like open my eye up and make it look a little bit bigger. So now I'm just gonna brush away that bakage. And now we're going to bronze. Do you like a good bronze? So I'm just gonna use my bronzer on quite a large brush. I do pretty much go like the same areas that I do the contour in, and I think it just it buffs it out whilst making you look sun-kissed. Now I'm going to add a little bit of blusher. I tend to put that kind of like on the apple of the cheek and then pull it backwards then. So now I'm going to go in with the powder highlight. So the same one that I used on the brow bone. So I'm going to take a lip liner. I think a lip liner is super important if you want your, if you want your lipstick to stay on longer. 2, if you struggle to get your lipstick to stay without like bleeding out onto your actual skin. And if you want to add definition and make your lips look that bit bigger, then lip liner is the way to go. So what I tend to do is just roughly follow my natural shape and just kind of go over the line ever so slightly. And then colour in a little bit like close to where your lip line is. Like when you get to here, the inner corners, I tend to do those. Then get your lipstick. and then take that right to the edge. And then patches are going to blend those two colours together then. And obviously it can be left there, but I tend to add lip gloss most days. So I'm just going to go over with like a nudie pink lip gloss. Okay, and there you have it. This is the power of makeup. As you can see, there's not a huge difference. It's not as if I look like a completely different person. Oh my god, did anyone see that story before where it was like this man was suing his wife because he'd never seen her without makeup? Oh my god, what was that story? Yeah, I'm sure it was something like he had never seen her without makeup, and when she didn't have makeup on she looked completely different. Which she did, to be fair, she did look completely different, but I mean still that is rude. That is rude. I would be devastated. Anyway, I digress. Yeah, so it's not like I look as different as that, but you can just see, like, obviously I kind of manipulated the shape of my natural eye. By using eyeshadows, I've given myself slightly more of a defined face. Obviously I've got rid of things like redness, and where like you can see some scarring from spots. Obviously you can't see that on this side. This is the power of makeup. It's all smoke and mirrors. Like I said, this is in no way saying that everyone needs to be wearing a full face of makeup every single day in order for them to look beautiful. You all look beautiful as you are in your natural states. I mean, Joe says to me all the time that I look gorgeous when I've got absolutely no makeup on. So all of this isn't necessary, but to be honest, I think makeup is just fun. I find it fun to see what looks I can create, and like how I can like play around with my face. It's all fun. It's all a fun place. So I will see you in my next video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button. Cheeky. And I will see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.